Well, that was awesome, strange, disappointing, all at the same time. Greetings, geeks and geekeros. It is me. I am back for the finale of Castle Rock. As you can tell from the intro, my feelings are kind of a little bit mixed. But we'll get into that. But in order to do so, we need to go into spoilers. So here's spoiler warning for y'all. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I do suggest that you go see it. And then come back. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Sorry, I got an itchy nose. Alright, so let's do this. We open up where we left off. Henry II, I'm calling him that now, because I realized that Earth 2 Henry is too long, and if I just call them both Henry, it'll get too confusing. So Henry II is talking to Molly, and Molly's finding it hard to believe him. We then get flashbacks to Henry's dad, who's out in the woods with Kid Henry 1. And he basically says he's gonna kill Ruth. That he believes that Ruth has been having an affair with Alan. And that he's gonna kill her for it, because sinners get killed. If you can hear that, sorry, that's Old Man Mac on my computer. So, go back to Molly and Henry II. Henry II says that he wants to meet Henry I and talk to him, tell him some stuff. And he's basically thinking that this, like, noise thing is saying that the doorway is open and he wants to use it to go home, but he needs Henry I's help. Well, that's going to be a little bit hard, considering Henry I is out looking for his mom, and some birds come and crash into his car, and he crashes. Luckily for him, though, his mom is safe-ish, because Molly finds her. Molly talks her down the ledge, but talks her down by mentioning Henry II. And Ruth is like, I've lived through this several times, you've never said that. And that's what convinced her, because, you see, answers weren't officially given, which is one of gonna be common running thing for this finale. But my personal take is that Ruth is a shiner, but she's a shiner with dementia. So because of that, her mind has been tormented, like displaced in the timeline of everything. But also, Henry II isn't supposed to be there, so he's not, like, registering in her timeline. I don't know. I know that sounds weird. But anyway, so Wendell reappears, Henry I's son, and he's in the woods. he left the bus to go to the woods because he's following the thing, but he runs into a crime scene. The deaf dude who knew Henry's father is dead. And the police think that Henry did it, Henry 1 did it, because all this controversy and all, and death has been following him his whole life. They have reports that he was in a fight with him. His DNA was found at the scene. His fingerprints were found at the scene. Which, of course, the scene was the RV where he kidnapped Henry. So, of course, his DNA and fingerprints are going to be there. But, anyway, the new warden, the female warden of Shawshank, is dealing with prisoners being let go and transferred into other prisons, because it seems like after Dennis had his little episode, thanks to Henry too, that they decided to shut down Shawshank for real this time. Finally. Yeah. But we follow her, she goes home, she finds this little statue, and she all of a sudden starts to go weird, but it looks like the little statue thing that I even forgot about, that Henry too left at Molly's place. So the warden then goes to see Molly. She tells her that Henry too's the fucking devil, that Warden Lacey was right, but she still seems out of it, so she starts walking off, and boom, gets hit by a bus and dies. But that's not just any normal bus. That's one of the buses with the transferring prisoners. So yeah. We go back to Henry 1. He gets his one phone call, so he calls Molly, tells her to take Wendell to his mom, and her just run, go leave Castle Rock. And she tells them where Henry 2 is. The police come and arrest Henry 2, who's at a grave, but at a grave called Deaver Boy. So, are they maybe trying to say that Ruth and Matthew, I believe that's the name of the father, had a baby, but it died, and so they never named it, but the name that they were going to name it was Henry, so that's what they gave their adopted kid, and so that's why he's named Henry in the other Earth, because he's the son who died. I don't know, but anyway, too much is going on, so we need to move on. So Henry 2 is put into holding with Henry 1. And then the prisoners get put into the same little holding cell area with the Henrys, because they don't know what to do with them, because they're getting restless and it's a crime scene, so they can't really move the bus. But then all hell starts to break loose. People are dying left and right. But Henry 2 gets the keys and all kerfuffle. Henry 1 is like, you did this. And so Henry 2 picks up a gun and points it at Henry 1. Then says, I'm taking it. I'm taking you with me. We're going to the woods. And so they do go to the woods. But then we flash back to, back with Henry 1 as a kid. And we find out that yes, indeed, he did push his father off that cliff. But he did it because he knew that the dad was going to kill the mom. So, he did it to protect her. But also, it seems like this was what triggered him switching to the other world. Which, yet again, they don't really explain. You have to infer. Out in the woods, the Henrys get into a fight. And Henry 2 goes kind of monstrous. My friend, Mr. J, of Mr. J's Reviews, said that he went, which by the way, that was probably him that used her. But yeah, he said a pretty apt comparison. He looked kind of like a White Walker for a split second, but then we jump 1 year into the future. What the fuck? So we find out that Henry 1, is working as a lawyer in Castle Rock, but he's doing we see him working on a property case. Like a case where a guy's septic line is going over the property line or something like that. We see that he's living at his home. Wendell's there to visit. We see Molly, who's visiting her grandma, who is living at a beach. So we clearly know that she's not in Castle Rock anymore. And if I had to take a guess, if you go for cliches, I bet she's in my state, Florida. Old people, beaches, stuff like that. But we also see that she's now working as a real estate agent there. Which is pretty cool because she's starting over. I hope that means that she gets a good happy ending. Though knowing the Stephen King universe, that's questionable. Especially because she's still a shiner, remember people. But then, we see Henry at a grave, and it's Ruth. Ruth has passed away in the year that we skip forward through. But cool on Henry, he buried her with Alan. But then we see Henry 1 going to Shawshank, which seems run down or closing or closed. But then we see him sneaking into the little bunker basement thing, and lo and behold, Henry 2 is back in the cage. Yet again, no answers. And that's kind of how we end things. Biggest problem of this, no fucking answers. But we do get an after credits scene where we see Jackie. Yay, I love Jackie. And she's working on a book inspired by her time with an axe. And she says, while working on it, a guy asks her about it, she says that she is going to Colorado. She's going out west to where it all began. Which, you know what's west of Castle Rock, Maine? Colorado. And you know what's in Colorado? The fucking Overlook Hotel. And the name of her book is Overlooked. So, I guess that's hinting that season 2 is gonna be about Jackie visiting the Overlook Hotel, or what remains of it. Which is so freaking awesome. Yay. Anyway, that's it for this. Like I said, I liked it. I didn't love it. Up until this finale, I thought this was like a great contender for best of the year. In this year that we've had great TV, and we still have other stuff to look forward to, like the reigning champion on the years that it's on, Doctor Who. Not gonna happen anymore because, not really getting any answers kind of puts down the quality of the whole thing. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Even though I had questionable stuff about this, I still cannot wait for season 2. And I will for damn sure be covering it here when it happens. But also, just real quick, thank you for joining me on this ride that was Castle Rock. This was a surprisingly really good series for me, and I really appreciate your support. But for real this time, thank you for watching. Till next time, and beyond.